Hello, my name is Paige Schlumpf, and I'd like to welcome you to my presentation of some of Taiwan's cultural characteristics. To start, I would like to talk about some small background information. As you can see from the map, Taiwan is an island located in East Asia, approximately 100 miles off the coast of southeastern China. Their population is 23.58 million, and their major religion is Buddhism, and here is a picture of their flag. In my presentation, I'll be going over two of Hofstede's dimensions, individualism versus collectivism, power distance, as well as Taiwan's major industries. Individualism versus collectivism. The issue addressed with this dimension is whether people's image is defined by an I or a we. In an individualistic society, it is most common for people to only look after themselves and maybe their direct family. While in a collectivist society, people belong to groups and people take care of one another in exchange for loyalty. Taiwan has a very low score of 17, which reflects they are a collectivistic society, which means they are committed to member groups and loyalty within those groups. Employer-employee relationships reflect family relationships, and the hiring and firing of people are taken into account through the employees' work group. It might be hard for international managers to come in to the workplace because they will have a hard time connecting to a group at work, and therefore it might take them a while to gain the respect of all of the groups they are in charge of. This collectivistic way of thinking relates to a Chinese traditional ideal of guanxi. Guanxi is a concept that translates to mean networks or relationships. These networks and or relationships are developed with employees and employers that are on the same level of status or even higher levels of status in both business and social situations. This concept can help create opportunities as well as mitigate problems and can also grow the network. Power distance. Power distance is whether or not a country's less powerful members expect and accept that the power within the population is distributed equally. A high power distance within the workplace means there are a lot of managers and a lot of ladders to climb to get to the top decision makers. A low power distance means power is distributed better and groups and employees are granted more control and responsibility. Taiwan scored a relatively high score of 58, which reflects they are a hierarchical society and they accept order. The people believe and follow the way of thinking that everyone has a place in society and there's no further need for justification. Within the workplace, they believe the subordinates need to expect to be told what to do, and the ideal boss would be a benevolent autocrat, which means the boss would be seen as a father figure by the rest of his or her team. They would make all of the important decisions as well as convince their team to go along with their ideas. But at the same time, since Taiwan is a collectivistic culture, some managers are also willing to listen and take into account the ideas and opinions of their subordinates. This reflects their socialistic background as a country. Unionization is relatively high at 1/3 of all workers, which is also due to a lot of their laws requiring a union membership. Major industries. The decrease of agriculture share of Taiwan's GDP over the past several decades has given room for electronic-oriented industries to grow in performance. Some of Taiwan's major industries today are electronics, computer peripherals, petrochemicals, textiles, plastic and rubber products, and basic metals. By having those being their major industries, Taiwan has been able to make their mark on petroleum refining, chemicals, iron and steel, pharmaceuticals, and food processing. Some familiar technological names that have been founded in Taiwan include HTC, ASUS, Foxconn, and Taiwan Semiconductor. During 2018, Taiwan's top 5 exports include electrical machinery, which comprised of 43% of their exports, computer machinery at 21.1%, plastics at 6.7%, optical, technical, and medical apparatus at 4.8%, and mineral fuels at 4.1%. Here is my works cited page, which concludes my presentation. Thank you so much for listening.